we're back, and we're moving into our second conversation for this morning, where we are joined by the operations manager of Belize Tech Solution, Jennine Hamilton, and we are talking about developing e-learning platforms. Good morning, Janine.
Hi, good morning, Marlene. Good morning, Gavin. Thanks for having me.
Of course, this is a very relevant topic. We were just talking to the teachers about online learning and the pros and cons and challenges that we've experienced as we've all rapidly tried to migrate to this online world. Talk to us about Belize Tech Solutions and the services that you do offer.
Okay, yes, I was not aware that teachers were going to be on this morning, so I only caught the last part of it. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
We definitely can.
Okay, yeah, so Belize Tech Solutions, we're a software and mobile web and app development company here in Belize City. And so, yeah, that's what we do. That's what I do.
And, you know, it's really an interesting time to be a developer, because there's a lot of technology that people have had to learn and integrate. I mean, school is one thing, but there's also businesses. What's it been like for you since the start of the pandemic? Have people shown more interest in being able to access your services?
Yes, definitely. We were able to get a few more clients because everybody is trying to go online. However, how Belize Tech Solutions started out is we are developing e-commerce solutions. And so we're still in the process of developing some of our e-commerce solutions. But in the meanwhile, I always like to have pet projects, and that's how Learn Buddies came about.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to hear about how you came up with this and what it's been like developing the e-learning program. So let's first start, I guess, by talking about how you got the idea and what exactly e-learning is.
Okay, so the idea, just like many ideas, come out of just a need or seeing a need for something. So I am a parent, and I was speaking with a friend of mine who's an ex-teacher a few months ago, and she was doing tutoring, like after school, she was doing tutoring.
Yeah.
But she did face some challenges being able to have kids come over to her place and, you know, the timing and all of that. And so I was saying, well, what if you would be able to reach the kids online? And then I realized that a lot of my knowledge that I gained with development was online. So and Belize does not really have a platform for online learning, for courses where you can source a course and take a course and get a certificate for it. I know that Ms. Charlotte Lopez, she's currently doing that right now with some courses that she has, but it's not something that is very popular. So I decided, okay, what if I would just develop something on the side for this, that parents would be able to access tutoring for their kids online. It could be cheaper because there's no traveling and all that other, you know, stuff that goes into being able to take your kids over and picking them up and all the logistics of that. Meanwhile, I'm looking at my daughter and how she's performing with the distance learning that her school was offering.
Yeah.
So she goes to Horizon Academy, and I must say that even before there was a shutdown, Horizon was already prepared. They had already jumped into that mode of figuring out, okay, if schools have to be locked down, how will we get work to our kids? And so they were doing the Google Docs system where the teacher would upload work every day, and the students would do it by a certain time and get it over to them. However, what I found with that is that my daughter was very lonely. You know, I believe in a school system because school offers, you know, the learning of those social skills, those communication skills that we need, and there's also that structure that we need. And so I was thinking to myself, how can I put those aspects into an online platform. And that is how Learn Buddies
Oh.
was really birthed.
Out of a need that you saw at the start of the pandemic. So let's talk about what you have been doing with it so far. You want to be able to offer it to a wider population. So have you gotten people showing interest in wanting to use Learning Buddies, or how can people access it?
Right. So I have currently, I'm working on a platform for a private school. But I think that there's I don't want to say misconception, but I think that people sometimes think that these services can only be afforded by private school or by schools with a lot of money and funding. And I would like to be able to offer this to any school. I think that there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution to how our future is going to look. I have my own situation, my sister has her own situation, family members have their own situation, and what works for me might not work for them. But I would like to be able to offer this as a solution to schools who probably feel like, it's going to cost them thousands and thousands of dollars to get a proper system that is branded to them.
Okay.
And can you also talk a little bit about, I guess we can say, like, how user-friendly the platform is? Because, as you had earlier said, everybody has different needs, everybody has different challenges, and also even when it comes to accessing technology, people may have different devices and different things. So can you talk to us about the adaptability and the accessibility of the program in general?
Yes, definitely. So you're so right. Like I said, there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. However, what I did ensure with Learn Buddies is that it's mobile optimized, meaning that if your child has a tablet or a cell phone, they can still access their classes on this. They can still be a part of the regular school program. So Learn Buddies is really, I like to call it a virtual school.
Okay.
It's supposed to be an extension of your physical school online.
Yeah.
So whatever you're able to do within a physical school, meaning you're able to communicate with your teacher, with your classmates, your friends. You can do your work. You can see a teacher live and teaching. You can take notes. You can see your report cards. There's a lot that can be done with Learn Buddies, and it's not everything that every school is going to need. So it's always customizable.
Okay.
Now, what do you envision schools would be able to access this service for? Because there seems to be quite a bit of a debate as to whether or not we should go back into the classroom, or we should have our kids go back into the classrooms or not. Do you envision Learning Buddies to be maybe a supplementary tool or a replacement tool?
I would say a supplementary tool. The reason for that is I believe that we should be able to interact in person. That is good for us. That is good for kids. But where there's a need that that cannot be done, I believe that Learn Buddies is a very good solution to keep that same type of interaction, keeping students engaged and offering a platform where schools, teachers can reach out and interact with the students as well.
And I'm interested to know as well, from let's say the teacher's perspective, are they also able to, let's say, adapt or customize it to their teaching style? And let's say, for example, if I'm a math teacher and I want to teach things, or I want to, get my lesson to teach in a certain way, can I, use the platform, the way I want it, and and does the same apply, to other teachers?
I'll try to answer that as best as possible, because
Sure.
I'm not sure what are the different ways that teachers would want to teach. So some of the things, for instance, and if
Like,
the person can click on the mathematics subject there, then we can go into a class and I can show you a little bit of what
Yeah.
the student would be seeing.
yeah, and I mean, like, so for example, if you're a teacher who likes to use a lot of visual aids, can I upload that? Or versus can I, let's say, can I record let's say, me teaching and speaking, you know, like those types of differences is what I meant.
Yes, definitely. So there is an integrated live class feature which comes through Zoom. What I really wanted to do and why I'm calling this a virtual school is because it encompasses everything. Meaning you do not have to be on Google Classroom and then try to start a live class on Zoom and you know using all different types of app. Everything is already in here. So from within this platform, the student nor the teacher needs to move away from this to get any of their work done. Things like things that I have in place, and like I said, it's customizable to what you might need. My daughter's school, they're looking at ebooks, you know, e-textbook, and if you click on materials, the e-textbook is there. It opens up as an ebook, so that is already there, and that cuts costs for a lot of parents. There's also, you can add your pre-recorded classes as a video. You can add slides, you can add images. When it comes to like homework or assessments or quizzes, you have the same type of question structures that you can ask, that you would ask in a physical classroom, meaning you have your fill in the blanks, you have your matching, you have, if you want to match pictures for kids, you also have that. You know, so it's really a robust software, if I can put it that way.
And when, let's say, on, you know, in the issue of, like, let's say support or technical support, like if a teacher or let's say a school in general is saying, okay, well, I don't know how to use it, or like maybe there's a bug there, or like there's a glitch that or something that I'm not understanding. Are you or Belize Tech Solutions going to be there as well to offer support as people adjust? Because of course it is a big adjustment for schools to make to be going online.
Yes, and again, a very good question. Thank you. So what I'm doing is a package. There is basically no upfront cost. We charge a monthly fee, and it depends on the amount of students that you have that would be using the platform, and it's relatively cheap. I mean, we're looking at like maybe $2 to $3 per month per child. That's like 10 cents, 20 cents per day. And so, and if it's something that the parents want, then it's something that they can also pay, you know, per month for their child. When it comes to the technical support, we take care of all of that. We do the hosting, we do the security, we do all the technical support, and you have full contact with us. We also do training on the software. We have a training manual and we have videos as well if you do get stuck. And it's a very, very simple platform to maneuver. So, but we still do have those in place.
Nice. So, Janine, how do people get in touch with you? I'm sure some teachers, some principal right now is watching saying, you know, I got to find out whether or not this is something that we can adapt. And how open are you? You understand, of course, that the financial times are especially difficult. So how much are you willing to work with people to be able to make this accessible for all?
Well, we already have the platform built, and our goal is to get it out. It's a part of my social responsibility as well, I think, in trying to ensure that there's no child left behind when it comes to education. So they can get in touch with me, 614-4542 or 605-8980, and I would love to talk to them. I spoke to two principals, yesterday, and one of their concern is they do not have the funds. Budgets have been cut. They do not have the funds to purchase a software. And you know, I explained to them that I'm not looking for upfront cash. we're looking to be able to provide a service. There is a monthly fee to it because it must be hosted, it must be maintained. But as well, it's not a fee that I think is so strenuous that it cannot be done without the support of parents.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you. And people get in touch with you how?
They can call me at 614-4542 or 605-8980.
Okay. Thank you so much, Janine, for telling us all about Learning Buddies. We wish you the best.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And with that, we are going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking to representatives of DFC about their educational loans and starter home loans. So please stay tuned.